Hi everyone, it's Pauline here again. I just wanted to show you my birdcage ATCs that I did, that Bona ran her swap with, and I just got addicted to it. I didn't get a chance to be in the swap, but I thought I'd join in anyway and just do my own. So I'll just show you what I did. This one is not my design. This was one that I saw on the swap and I kind of made it my own with a few little different things, but it's definitely not my total design. But I've done the backing with the embossing folder with the script, and I've used a white shim. I don't know if you can see it, a white shim on the Birdcage from Tim Holtz, and the bird is actually from the Stamping Up punch, the two-step bird punch, and I've embossed it with lots of embossing folders and run it through. I've hung some little charms down the bottom, added some ribbon roses and some lace and Martha Stewart fleur-de-lis punch, and there. But this is not my design. This is the one I started with, and it just got me addicted, so then I carried on. Now this is another one I've done. This one is actually in metal shim. I've tried to make them all quite different with the Tim Holtz bird behind. It's actually embossed, and I've added, I'll just see if I can get it closer for you. I've embossed it with ultra thick, and I've actually added some gold little tinsel in there. And the bird is also been embossed with ultra thick enamel and as the bottom, and I've also done some embossing inside the bottom of it itself. But it was quite good. Sorry, there we go. And I've kind of based it on the other one. I've done some fleur-de-lis. I was getting a little braver and doing things on my own. I've added a swivel hook from fishing actually, and they look quite good on projects. And I've done the Martha Stewart butterfly, and again some ribbon roses, and added some nice little beads down the bottom. But that was that one. Now this one is actually my absolute favourite. I tried to make this quite different from the others. The impression I want you to have with this one, I hope you get it, is it's a poor birdcage being put out the shed and forgotten about. But I've used the Tim Holtz brick embossing folder behind, and I've run it over with distress inks to give the impression of the brick behind. I raided my husband's garage and found some old rusted nails that he had there, and they were his father's actually, so they're quite old, so they look quite appropriate. The Tim Holtz gears, I just embossed that with different coloured embossing powders on shim. I've also on shim here, I've got my letter, these metal things that put the letters out, so I've put that along there. I've rusted the cage itself with rusting medium, and I've put a screw brad up the top there, and I've just run some wire through and added some other little embellishments down the bottom. Again, raiding my husband's garage, I found some washers and some nuts, and yeah, and just a little screwdriver embellishment. So I really like this one, how it came out, and it's quite different, but yeah, it's just how some of us end up with the bird cages that we have and they're left out in the shed. My next one's influenced Asian, and again, I think it's very pretty. It actually moves, this one, so I'll just move the cage out. I've used backing paper to give a nice impression of some oriental. This bird is from the two-step bird punch from Stamping Up, and I've just run that with some paper over it, and it's embossed paper and a little jewel frieze eye, and the cage itself is actually foil, paper foil, and I ran that through the embossing folder and run the Versamark ink pad over it, and so you can just see where I've got the script in that. And down the bottom I've added some little Asian coins. One's caught up. Okay, there we go. Some Asian coins down the bottom. This is a stamped fan, and I just ran my embossing tool around the edges, and I hand punched out the little flowers from my punches that I have, and the foliage behind it is actually from the Martha Stewart ribbon punch that comes out looking like, I don't know the actual name of it, but it looks like leaves. And up the top I have a little brad with the dragonfly just here, and again I've put a chain on it, and it's again with the little swivel hook from the my fishing tackle basket, and it's just on top. So I was quite happy with that. That one came out too, very oriental style. This one here is my Parisian one. It actually didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I was happy with it. And this birdcage is actually a Marianne design birdcage. Someone just gave me the die for that one, so I thought I'd give it a go. It's got a little heart attached to it, and I've just done a little Parisian tag. The bird inside is just embossed and distressed, and I've just stamped the background. It's got just different Paris stamps. It's got the Eiffel Tower and the Chantelet, I think we call that, and Paris. And again, I just love this fleur-de-lis edging punch from Martha Stewart, and yeah, so I was quite happy with that. The next one is my music one, and this one here, it has paper tissue backing onto the board. It has this ribbon, and I believe Bono loves this ribbon, as I do, and it's on the side. I've made the flower out of the same tissue paper. I've just handmade the flower, and the bird just it has Tim Holtz's tissue tape over it with a little feather there, and there's black roses under the bottom, and just a charm there, and some trim top and bottom. The next one is my little nesting bird. This one is actually made out of actual timber veneer, as is the bird. The background is handmade paper. It's got little bits of plant fibre in it. The fibre, this is from the two-step bird punch, the leaves, and the raffia is there with little eggs. They're actually foam eggs, and this behind it is actually a tree we have here in Australia called a tea tree. You may have heard tea tree oil over in the other countries, and this is actually the bark of it, and it is very, very soft, and it's actually quite old, quite a few years old, and it does keep this beautiful soft thing. It's like velvet, so that's quite pretty. And I've distressed the bird, who's also veneer, with the distress inks. Last but not least is my my red period, and again I've just used the red, black and white. They're my three favourite colours, and I've just done the bird it's all done with cardboard. I've distressed with ink the bird cage. They're just black brads down the bottom, and a flower. Very simple, but I like it. Anyway, I hope you like them. Thank you, Bona, for addicting me to bird cages, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.